document a project that I worked on in grad school. This is a virtual reality bicycle game controller. There's a paper on it on GitHub, and I'll link that in the description. Exploring bicycle-based virtual reality Exergames in the design space. So this clip shows the display on a monitor, but I had actually set this up for the Oculus Rift at the time. It was the DK1, the developers kit that was out, and set this up for like a VR thing. It's pretty basic. There's an Arduino-based sensor that connects to a portable bicycle apparatus, and there's like a reed switch, a magnet that triggers the rotation and um, sends the velocity to Unity, and it's kind of basic from there. I mean, um, so it's built in Unity. The hardware is Arduino. The VR is Oculus Rift, and you can see, I think, the circuit diagrams. It's basically a very simple circuit, like a button circuit, where instead of this push button, it's a reed switch that triggers the rotation. And then you can read this paper. I go into essentially, nobody's actually going to read this paper, but I go into how I sort of debugged the sensor by just sort of flashing a color on a sphere every time the rotation triggered. I go into how I built the apparatus, and talked about sort of a historical context for Exergaming and work that had been done in Exergaming, and how that informed the design of my project. The other project that kind of goes along with this is another paper I did in grad school uh, called Heuristic and Empirical Evaluation of Oculus Rift-Based Virtual Reality Experience, which basically is just a fancy way of saying what are the things that you think about when you design a VR experience. Things like the participant should have autonomy over the virtual movement in the virtual environment. Camera movement should be initiated by the user. So what does that mean? It means that you shouldn't jump into a virtual reality environment and all of a sudden be zooming all over the place, because that will literally make you sick. You should be able to drive your own camera position. And there's like 10 or 20 points here that I extracted from existing texts. I leveraged Randy Pausch quite a bit, who is a Carnegie Mellon professor, actually died of pancreatic cancer some years ago, but he worked with Disney on early VR stuff, and also kind of coded out some of the responses to people's naive experience of virtual reality. Anyway, worth reading. They're both at github.com/shalperin, SHALPERIN, github.com/shalperin. They're both pinned to the top there. So thanks for watching.